webcam today because I have two phones hooked up which are relevant to today's tutorial, where I'm going to take control of my Android wirelessly or wired using scrcpy. Okay, so before we begin, quick reminder that I do a live stream every single day at 2 p.m. Eastern. You're free to ask any questions in the live chat about programming or lifestyle topics. You simply go to ojambo.com, and for that particular article, you can go join the live chat and you can post your requests there. And also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. Alright, so if you ever wish you could use your Android phone directly from your desktop, mirror the screen. For example, I've been doing this, not today obviously, but I've been mirroring an old phone as the camera, because a webcam, because the camera on the old phone is way better than any webcam. Okay, so you learn how to install scrcpy on a Fedora Linux using pre-combined binaries, so you don't need to compile yourself, but you can if you want to. And we also cover other platforms briefly and point you to great learning resources. So what is scrcpy? It's an also open source screen mirroring and control tool for Android devices. I want to say that if you have Android, I believe 14 and above, you're able to actually run your camera in the background. So it's actually much better than, for example, on this phone, the one I always use, you can't see it now, but because it's, this little fly is bothering me here. I'll probably get rid of it soon. Man, this thing is really annoying. Sorry about that. What I was going to say is that if you're using an older phone, what I've had to do is I've had to mirror it, and then in OBS I've had to actually do a screen casting of only that little area of the screen, all that window. But I said if you're running Android 14 or above, you'll be able to just get the background straight into OBS, which is really amazing. Alright, so here it's high performance, screen mirroring, no root required. So meaning that you don't need to install anything on your device. Or the only thing you need to do is you have to enable USB debugging, obviously. And it already comes with ADB, so you don't even need to get the Android debug, the Android debug tool, the debug bridge. Okay, it's cross-platform Linux, Windows, and macOS, and it works. You can also work with USB wirelessly. So if you remember earlier this year in 2025, I actually used it as a chicken webcam. Remember, I created those apps in HTML5. Like I also created one which was a progressive web app. I created one in Kotlin, and I created one in Java. So that's how you do it. So, you can use your old phone as I call the chicken webcam. But you guys get the point. You can obviously show security camera as well. And the advanced features like audio forwarding. I don't need the audio, although I also did use it for audio one time when my webcam microphone wasn't working very well. I actually used it, very good quality. You can do screen recording, camera mirroring, and clipboard sync, and much more. So bear with me, we'll get to all that part soon. So let's go to the official GitHub repository, and okay, so before we do that, somebody in the chat, I'm gonna butcher your name, I'm gonna try anyway. So Siddharth, I'll put a guy. What are we doing here? Am I new? Okay, so what we're doing today is I'm gonna show you how you can use an Android device and mirror it onto your desktop. So meaning that you'll be able to control the device from your desktop. So you can use this, as I said, for example, if you want to control the camera, you can control other things, but in my particular use cases, I wanted to control the camera. We're going to try all that. Just bear with me. It'll make more sense soon. So this is the GitHub page for the Gen Mobile scrcpy project. As you can see here, the latest version at least is 3.3.1 at the time of this recording, and this is what you can see. See this here? This is how to mirror your Android device. So meaning that it doesn't have to be a phone. It could also be a tablet or a watch or something like that as well, as long as you have USB debugging enabled. You need to do USB debugging only one time. The reason for that is so that scrcpy knows that the device exists, and after that you can do it wirelessly. As I said before, I was able to do this. I do have tutorials on the channel and also on the website how I set all that up, including self-signed certificates. So as you can see here, you can control it's light, performative, quality is you can get 1080p or above, low latency. That's very, very important. So some people actually use this for gaming. I've said I'm not going to game, so that's irrelevant to me. Low startup time, non-intrusiveness, user benefits, freedom, because it's open source. A lot of features. As I just touched on some of the features here. See, on Linux, sorry, I need to correct myself. I said you could do this. I made a mistake. It's only for Linux. You can mirror it as a webcam using V4L2. And it can, oh sorry, I was also wrong here about the camera mirroring. If you have Android 12 plus, I said 14, I was actually wrong. It's Android 12 plus. So my old not iPhone, my old Sony Xperia phone, it was upgraded to Android 8, so that one is not available. So that's why I said I had to capture the screen on top of that. And you can also get the physical keyboard, and you can use the mouse to simulate the touch. Gamepad support, OTG mode. So the prerequisites is, as I said before, you need to have at least Android device running API 21, which is Android 5.0. So my old device, all my old devices, which I still have, do support that. And if you want audio forwarding, you need to have Android API 30, which is Android 11 plus. And as I said before, you need to make sure you enable USB debugging on devices. So you just need to do that one time, and then after that you can do it wirelessly. And then it says on some devices, so Xiaomi, you might get the following error, and it explains what to do there. So US debugging. So with that said, you can get the app for Linux, Windows, and Mac OS. So I have Linux, so that's what I'm going to use today. But you can get the instructions there for Windows, and if you're running Mac OS. And it says must note, so you can reduce the resolution using scrcpy space -m and then 1024 or whatever size you want. You can right click, which will be the back, middle click will be home, and Alt F will be the full screen, and there are many other shortcuts. So let's quickly take a look at the shortcuts before we start this. So you can see here, you can switch to full screen mode, a lot of other unpause the display, which I didn't even know about that one. So then you can reset the video capture encoding. So there are a lot of shortcut here as well. Power on, as you can see, they're all here. I want to finish up here. See some examples here. You can set the codec, the maximum size, no audio, and so this is more for if you have like one of a later device like this one. This is my Samsung FE version 2021. And you can see OTG mode, gamepad mode, and then there's a user documentation. As you can see here, it's all here. It's very well documented. So with that said, I also want to give a shout out to the authors of this, or the contributors as well. So they do have a donate button there. So if you have the means and you're able to, please donate to them, because this application is not just free and open source. It's very versatile, and as I will show you in a second. All right, now that's it. Let's actually get started. See, it also runs under the Apache license. I will have upcoming my next when I do another license video, I'll mention the Apache license. I'll talk about the Apache license version 2.0. Okay, now with that said, let's actually get started here. So what I did was, basically what you do is you go, I went to the download, see releases here, click on that, and then you go down here and you can see they have different assets. Obviously I'm on Linux, I chose the Linux x64-bit, but they have one for Mac OS, which is the ARM based, and then they have the Mac OS also, what do you call this, the x86-64, and they have the instructions for Windows 32 and Windows 64-bit, and then there's a server only, and the source code there as well. Okay, So remember, this version is 3.3.1. It came out on June 20th of 2025, at least at the time of this recording. So what happens, I just extracted it here, and you can see inside that folder what it comes with. It comes with the ADB. I already have an ADB Android debug bridge because I have Android, because I do Android development. I already have that installed, but it comes with one as well. So it's very versatile because remember, Android itself is also run under the Apache license, so you're able to copy and modify, tweak that as well. And then this is a program here. When you see it in Linux, when you see this color, this means it's a binary, meaning you can run it. I can just double click, it will run it by itself. And this is the icon, and this is the server. So with that said, I'm going to do everything on the command line. So I'm on the command line here. I'm going to type scrcpy, and I'll just type that. So you can see here, it says it's not running, and there's a reason it's not running. It's because I have two devices. You see, this is the, I have this device and then I have this device. So it's telling me, let me zoom out a little bit so you can see a little bit better. So I said I have two devices, they're both connected to USB. So it's telling me I need to select one of these devices. You can do both, I'll show you that later. So the way to select them is you select them by the serial. You see, you select them by the serial, by serial, or you can select them by the USB, or you can select by TCP/IP. So this is wireless. If you do this one, this is wireless. I'm not going to do wireless because I'm doing a live stream. I need all the bandwidth and everything as well, so I'm not going to do wireless. But in my tutorials I did before, I did the wireless. And obviously there's a USB here, and obviously they're all connected to USB, so that's good. That's what we're going to use. So that's a default. I'm not going to bother with that. So we need the serial numbers. To get the serial numbers, what you do is, because remember there's ADB here already, so just type ADB and you type devices. So ADB space devices space -L. And you see it will list it will list the serial numbers for the devices. It already gave us a hint here, but if you don't know, you can also do IDB devices, and so it tells us. So we need to pick. We're going to do both, so do not worry. We're going to do both. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write both of these numbers down. I'm just going to copy them and post them in another place just temporarily. The reason for that is I need to, yes, so the reason, so one of them is unauthorized, so this one is unauthorized. That's not a problem. I'll just turn it on and I'll be able to authorize it. So I'm going to connect to this copy, and then you type -- serial, and then so I said I'm going to take this one here, copy this. Come on, where's the right click? Where is the right click working? There we go. Okay, there we go. And you see, now it's running. It actually opened up on a different thing, but I'll just show you. Let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can see. Oh, a second here. All right. So here it is. So this is how it opened up. So this is my old phone. So you see here. So what I'm going to do is I can control it with the mouse. For example, you see here, I can do that. It's a little hard to do. There we go. Then I'll put in my lock key. Okay, so I'm using the mouse for this. So obviously Google is annoying. I don't know why they did this before. I'll get rid of that. And see, I can change the power supply, transfer files. I'm going to cancel now because that's fine. And you see, by this how I've always been doing the what do you call it? This is how I've been doing all the live streams before. I would use this application, and I just crop out this part here, and that's how I've been. See, I can punch up. As you can see, that's what I've been using as a camera. So to answer your question, Siddharth, if you're still watching, this application called scrcpy lets you use your Android devices as you can control your Android devices. As I said, my particular use case, I use it as a camera, or I want to use it as a webcam for OBS. Now the problem with this device, as I said, is that this device is pretty old. This has Android 8. So when I want to use this in OBS, I have to literally just I have to screencast this screen as well. That's why I have to crop it so you don't see all this stuff here. Now, on the other device, which has I think Android, the latest Android version, it was actually just updated yesterday. That one I can simply run it as a webcam in the background. So here we go. You can control other things as well. For example, you can also control the phone. So for example, if I want to get rid of that annoying that Google thing, click here. You see this Google thing, I can simply get rid of that, and you see I can let's see what else is in here. As you can see, I can open up the web browser. I can't remember last time I used it, what for. There's nothing to okay, there we go. See, I got F-Droid there, and you can click that. I'm controlling this using the what do you call it? I'm using the touch. I'm actually touching it, and there's other apps here. So as you can see here, those are the apps. So this is the Chicken Webcam app. This app here, the Chicken Web app. Where's my mouse? Where'd the mouse go? There we go. So this one, the Chicken Cam. That's the one. You see, I also have Droid Cam installed, and the Google Meet, which is pretty. So I said this one is pretty old. So let's actually go back, and I click here. Yes, I want to go to where do I want to go? Settings. I want to show you how old this phone is. I think we go down. Yeah, I'm scrolling using scroll. I think it's under System, just to show you how old this is. So it's Android 8.0. So this is why whenever I use this, I always have to I have to screencast the screen. So this can't be updated for a lot more than that. And make sure you go to make sure you have developer options, and then you go down to make sure you enable US debugging. Make sure you have US debugging enabled, because you need to do that one time, and then if you want, you can use the TCP app. That means wirelessly. You can connect to it wirelessly. So this is one device. I'm going to take this device and put it here. Now we're going to do the other device. So for that one, because this one is running, I didn't run it in the background. You can see this NVIDIA running as well. If you have OpenGL or Linux, it'll work. So here I'm going to clear the screen, and we're going to connect to the second device. Oops, I meant clear. There we go. So we're going to connect to the second device. So if you remember, when we typed scrcpy, it knew that we had two devices, and however the second device, it says it's not I'm checking out the second device now. Okay, so the second device. Okay, so let's do the second device because it has never been connected. I don't know if I should have used to be debugging the second device. So if you remember, the command is scrcpy again, and then you space hyphen, then you type serial. Instead of doing that, you can do the short form, which is just -s. That stands for serial. So you can do that as well. And this one is, I think this is the serial number. Yeah, I believe that was the serial number. Let's see what that one says. It says it failed. Could not open request. Authorization is, I might have to unplug it and plug it in again. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to unplug it and plug it in again. It should allow. So I've allowed it. Let's see now if that works. Oh, allow. There we go. It came up. So I've allowed it. Now this should work. There we go. See, this is the Samsung. It opened up. So I'm going to show you the Samsung, my Samsung phone. I'm not going to do too much stuff because I don't know if I have anything private on it. There we go. So that's the Samsung. So now I have two devices connected. There we go. So this is the Samsung phone. This is a different device. And how do I go to? I can also control this one. How do I go to the? Oops. As I said, or do they too stupid? Why can't I? How do I go to settings? Is it this one here? Yeah. Oh, this. Okay, I'll just use the. Oh, I have to scroll up. I forgot. I have to scroll up. I'm still getting used to this phone. So you can see all the apps I have on this one. I always use the Brave browser. You see I have the Starlink. For example, Telegram here, YouTube, they forced me to do that for the YouTube shorts. I have the audio source, which I used as well, HTTP screen sim, there's eBay, audio recorder, and you can see my apps there as well. Let's see, which one can I open? So let's open up the Brave browser. So this is the Brave browser. See, I was looking for a ladder today in the morning, and I actually purchased one. I think I used Instacart. This is I'm not being promoted by them. So this is the browser. You see, I'm using the Brave browser on it, and I can obviously close this. And you can see I also checked out this Gorilla. This is actually one I purchased through Instacart. That's the one I purchased. Yes, I know it's cheaper in the States. Get ripped off here in Canada. What else is new? And so I can close that. I'm using the mouse now, so I delete the group, and I can go back. I can close, and you can see I can control the phone. Oh, there you go. I can control the phone. For example, another app. What else? Other app can I open? I can open up some of the games. Now this one. So I can still have the other phone here. You guys didn't see this, but the other phone was dimming. So when I put my mouse over, it actually lit up a little bit. Sorry, I can't show you that, but there you go. So then, obviously, you can also here. I can also go to the camera. Where is the camera? Oh, there's a Starlink. Oh, you guys, you know what? Let's check out Starlink here. So here's Starlink. You can look at the statistics. If you guys are ever curious about Starlink in a rural area, this is it here. So you can see latency is not too shabby. This is actually better than when I was in the city. The latency was crazy. And the power draw, how much power it uses, how many outages you have in a day. Actually, let's see how many there are. As you can see, the packet losses, it all puts all this stuff here, and what time they occurred, and how long I guess the duration. Okay, so what else? Oh, it looks like they changed it. They used to look a little bit more different. Let's take a look at latency. As you can see, there's a distribution, and you can also run a speed test. Now, it doesn't make sense for me to run a speed test right now because I said I'm using the what do you call it? I'm actually using the I'm using it to upload this live stream. Okay, so as you can tell, basically, if you had more devices, I would be able to obviously connect to them as well. And that's how it works. So I better close this up because so that's it. And there are some applications that come with GUIs, but you can just simply run in the command line, and you don't have to run in the command line. So I'll show you another trick I'm going to do. So I'm going to close both of this. So guess what happens when I close this? You see it stops here. It went back. And you can see the it was using 1080 by 2336 because the Samsung is not quite was it 9 by 16. You see it's actually a higher resolution, and it picked up. You see it's using the NVIDIA driver 5475.64.05 for Linux. All right, so let's go back. So all you have to do is you can see the old phone. It's 1080 by 1920. So I can close this one. So I'm gonna so close it. So you see nothing is running. So I'm going to unplug my phone, my daily driver. The reason I'm going to do that is because I don't want like somebody's personal information of stuff to be popped up on the screen. But okay, now if I just run this command, I don't need the serial anymore. I can just type scrcpy. It's going to know that there's only one device. So if I run this, it opened up already here. So here you go. I'm just gonna zoom this down a little bit. There we go. Yep, it's a little bit big, and it's also smart. You can flip it. You can also flip it. So I'll show you what happens. Actually, let's see if that application is still open. I think it's still open. If we pick up the camera, it should flip. Yeah. So because I chose to put the camera in what view do you call that? Landscape view. So I think I'll just use it here. Oh, it's going through the photos. There we go. So I put it that way because I wanted I didn't want it to take up vertical space. I wanted to take up so that's why I put it here. It's just easier to do it that way. So there you go. So it's smart enough to know the orientation, and you can, as I said, this is a different camera app. I forgot what the name of this app is, but you can control it, you can exit, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. You can also use the regular you can also use the regular what do you call it, the regular let's see here, this is the regular camera app, the built one by Sony. So I'm going to open that one up, and you see this is the regular one. I also set it to landscape mode as well, and you can use the back camera. So for example, if I want to use the back camera on this one, you see here, I click this, it's using the back camera. So I'll put my fingers there. There we go, that's the back camera. And you can use the front camera. So that's what I was doing before. I was using the back camera to film the chicken coop. So that's it. So hope you guys so that's scrcpy. So the reason I want to use the front camera, you can see here it's detecting my face. As I said, they're way better than the webcams. Right? So actually this webcam today doesn't look too shabby. Yeah, it's a little bit washed out, but you see that's the difference between, even now, remember, this is just, it's doing a screen recording of a mirrored image from the camera. It's still way better quality than the webcam. You can see webcam is really washed out. Look at those blue colors around there. Oh, by the way, just a quick bonus, you see all that stuff there? That's not dirt, that's all the stuff for the new build. I'm gonna have time today because I'm not gonna be working on the roof. It's too high. I have to wait until the ladder you guys saw me I purchased to come. So today, right after this, I mean after I finish editing and posting it, I'm going to actually start building the new workstation. Okay, so with that said, let's put this here. Okay, I'll leave that there for now, and let's finish this up. So you can also, scrcpy might also be installed might be in your repository if you're on Linux. So you just type dnf install scrcpy, and I said there's some in a Flatpak, especially the GUI versions. You just on FlatHub, so you just that's how you install it. And for Windows, you can download the zip file from the GitHub releases. I showed you that before, and just run the scrcpy.executable. And for macOS, you can install it using brew. Or you can also get it from the releases here. I believe they had one for macOS. Yes, they do. They have the macOS. You can also do that. You have multiple options for all systems, except for Windows. I think Windows you have to just get it from there. I think Brew is also cross-platform now, so you might be able to install it on Windows, macOS, and Linux using Brew. And then obviously, if you're on a Debian-based system, it's apt to install scrcpy. But just make sure it's one of the later versions, because sometimes Debian, they leave things which are a little bit outdated because they want to run on multiple operating systems, multiple devices. So, all right. So this is the device. This is my old device, the Sony Xperia XA1 Ultra. As I said, unfortunately it's Android 8.0. But my Samsung 21 FE, that one is updated to the latest version. I think this is a little bit old. I don't know what version it is, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, I could have checked the version, so you can get it there. And I didn't do anything. I think that app, it's running by itself. That's why I did that. You see the mouse is here. So you can also get the wireless connection if you want. To set up wirelessly, you see, just use TCP/IP. And then you put the IP address. So for example, on this device, you can get the device, you go to settings, and let's go to settings. I believe if we go to, what was that? I think it's under system. We go to system, and then we go down to about phone. It should tell us one of this one should tell us, one of them, I'm not sure which one. I think status. Yeah, you see the status, it will give you the IP address. So you grab this IP address, then you'll be able to connect. So if you guys know, say it's 1.158. Let me actually, I can't copy that. Let me just write it down here. 192.168.1.158. Now, because you already had the USB debugging, you'll be able to unplug the USB stick. So I'll close this, and then scrcpy, and then it's TCP/IP, and then the IP address you have to put equals. Remember, it was 192.158. No, sorry, 168. Come on, 168.1.158. And it says TCP. Did I get that right? Okay, so the reason it can't connect is because I have the USB, so I need to unplug the USB. I don't want to do that, so I'll unplug the USB, then that would work. So that's how you would connect to it. I said I don't feel like doing it because I do use it as a webcam, and I set up where I want, so I'm going to leave it for now. All right, and I have some screenshots here, as you guys saw, so it does work the way I want. And this is a live stream, so if I play this, you see it's like I think there's a half-second delay or so. All right, let's finish this up. So if you want to learn more, I have programming book courses and services. For example, my programming books are on Amazon. Search for Ojambo, links in description. I also have online programming courses, ojamboshop.com. The link is also in the description. You can also book one-on-one program tutorials with me at ojambo.com/contact. Or if you need help installing or configuring scrcpy, you can request setup services at ojamboservices.com/contact. Okay, in conclusion, scrcpy makes Android screen mirroring and control incredibly easy, as you just saw easily. Essentially, now that official binaries are available, whether you're debugging apps, demoing software, or just want the convenience of using your Android device on Fedora or Windows or macOS, scrcpy is a tool to try. Need help getting started? I offer support, training, and custom setups tailored to your needs. Okay, with that said, quick reminder that every single day I do a live stream at 2 p.m. Eastern. Visit ojambo.com for details, and be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. With that said, I'm checking the live stream. I don't see any more chat requests, so I'm gonna end this chat, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow using the new system, my new workstation. I'm pretty excited. Hopefully it works pretty well. Okay, now with that said, I'm going to end this now and see you guys. By the way, Siddharth, if you're still watching, please subscribe. I appreciate that very much.